All right, here we are. We're just outside of Cook City. We're gonna hike up to Upper Arrow Lake today for our base camp. Tomorrow we're gonna climb Glacier Peak and Mount Villard, and then Sunday we're gonna climb Cairn Mountain and possibly Granite Peak. Well, we've reached our first lake. We're about 2 miles in. We've been hiking for about 45 minutes. This is the Lady of the Lake. Well, we're about 3/4 of the way up the Cardiac Hill, approaching Lower Arrow Lake. Well, there it is. We made it to Lower Arrow Lake. There's the cathedral spires, the pointy peaks. To the left of that, with a little bit of snow, the two towers there, that's Villard. Glacier Peak's off to the left, out of view right now. Well, we're about halfway in between Lower Arrow and Upper Arrow Lake. We got probably less than a mile to Upper Arrow Lake, and that's probably where we're going to base camp, somewhere up there. Well, we made it to our base camp at Upper Arrow Lake. Just setting up our tents. All right, it's morning of day number 2, summit day number 1. About 7:20 a.m. We're getting ready to leave our base camp. We're gonna go tackle Glacier Peak, that one in the distance in the far left. Oh, there's our mountain there, straight ahead. Now we're probably about 1/3 of the way up the mountain. We're going to go that way. We're going to go just to the right of the snow and hit that little hole there. Just looking back on Upper Arrow Lake in the distance. Yeah, we're getting closer. About 1,000 more feet. We'll be up on the summit. We're about 600 feet from the summit. We're gonna take a little snack break. And the boulders are starting to get a little bit bigger, and it's turning into more like a class 3 climb now. So take a little break. There's looking back where we came from. few hundred feet from the summit. Yeah, we got about 120 feet to the summit. If you look over there, there's Villard. And then in the distance, way in the back, that's Peel that we did 3 weeks ago. Of course, there's looking back on Rough Lake, Cairn Lake. I think even Fossil Lake is back there. Our camp is way, way back on the other side of the lake there. Yeah, we're probably about 50 feet from the summit.
You said it was easy. A child could do it.
It's only class 3.
That's class 4. That's class 4. That's class 4.
Got one final 20-foot block here to climb and I'll be at the summit. We made it. 3.5 hours from camp to the summit. There's Granite Peak back there. Mystic Mountain. Looking back on Villard. Cathedral spires. There's the way we came from. Yeah, that's quite the... Let's go over here. It's quite the drainage down there. All right, heading back down. Got to spend about 10 minutes up on the summit. Now we're heading back down. Well, we're finally down and off the mountain. Just got some hiking down the boulder fields and we'll be back down to the lake. Well, we've made it back down to Upper Arrow Lake. Camp is just right on the other side over there. We're getting pretty close. Probably be there in 15-20 minutes. There we go. Ah, look at that, we made it back to camp. Total time 6 hours and 20 minutes. That's morning of day number 3. Getting ready to cook some breakfast. And then we're going to be off to climb Cairn Mountain. A little smoky this morning, but not too bad. A little windy, a little chilly, but looks like clear skies for the most part.
You bought yourself a puffy, Ryan.
What's that?
You bought yourself a puffy.
Yeah, these are nice. Very light.
Yeah. I could swear you had a fleece on last night, though.
I got a fleece too.
Okay.
Got a fleece and a puppy. That's what Jem needs.
Yeah.
Alright, it's 7:30 a.m. and we're breaking camp, taking off of the mountain. We're going to be heading towards that saddle right there, and then the mountain in the far distance back there in the smoke. That's Cairn Mountain. That's what we're going to get today. A little smoky this morning. Go to
But when you get the top, you just go right to low nelk. You'll bypass
rough.
completely.
Nice.
And that's the way I come in too. I just come straight up.
Whew. Look at that. There's the cathedral spires, and there's our pass over there we're going to. Granite Peak is in the background in the far distance. We're going to hit the pass here, then drop down into the skytop drainage, and then we'll be climbing up our mountain. Now we're looking down on Skytop Lake in the Skytop drainage. There's our mountain straight ahead. There's Granite Peak. Well, we made it into the Skytop drainage. There's our mountain right there straight ahead. That's the direction we came from that saddle. Well, we're about at the 11,200 foot contour line, so we got about 1,000 feet left to go. That's looking back where we came from. That's the way we're headed. We'll go up that way, and then the summit, I think the summit's way over there out of view. Look right here. Here. Well, we finally made it to the top of the plateau. Now we just gotta scramble over to the summit. There's gotta be the summit over there to the right. GPS makes it look like it's tucked all the way back there. There's looking back where we came from. Over there, there's our lake way in the distance. We started this morning. There's a good view looking at granite. There's the plateau we came up. Got probably a couple hundred more feet. The summit's up there, about a quarter-mile away. Making our final push to the summit. This should be the summit block right here. Yeah, here it is. Whew. There it is. Stay here, Brooke. There's looking over at Granite Peak. There's Tempest. There's Avalanche Lake. Stay here, Brooke. Brooke, stay. There's Mount Peel we did a couple weeks ago. Took us right about 4 hours to get here from our base camp. You can tell how good of a trip it was by the damage on your legs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a great view of granite from this vantage point. Oh wait, that's not Avalanche Lake. Mixed up, that's not Avalanche, is that Cairn Lake? Well, we're about off the plateau. We're gonna start dropping down. We got probably about 1,800 feet. We gotta drop down through nasty boulders, so it's gonna be a little time consuming. And then we'll get down to the skytop drainage and climb back up that other side, blow that snow and up to that saddle.
Well, we're walking in the headwaters of something.
Yeah. Well, we've made it up, and now we're dropping down the other side of the pass. Yeah, we finally made it back to Upper Arrow Lake. Now we gotta hike about a mile along the shoreline and we'll be back to camp. We made it. Back to camp. Whew. Oh. 8.5 hours round trip. It's about 7:30 a.m. on morning of day number 4. We're all packed up, ready to hike out and try to beat the storm. We've got a big winter storm coming. Temperature isn't too bad right now, but it's dropping very quick. Well, we've been hiking for about 35 minutes and we've already made it to Lower Arrow Lake. We've got to get to that other side of the lake and then hit the pass, and then we'll drop down Cardiac Hill. The wind is starting to pick up. The temperature is dropping. I'd say it's in the high 30s right now. Starting to sprinkle a little bit. Making our final climb down Cardiac Hill. Probably got about maybe 5 miles and we'll be at the car. Well, we've made it to Lady Desert Lake. This is our last lake before we hit the trailhead, so we're about 2.5 miles from the car. Starting to get pretty cold. A little bit of rain and snow flurries coming down. Well, if that's not confusing, then I don't know what is. Luckily, I know which way I'm going. We got 2 miles to the car, which is that way, despite what the sign says. Probably 3/4 of a mile left. About 20 minutes we'll be there. Let's go. Wow, we finally made it. Parking lot is just up the hill a little ways. Let Brooke get some water here. It's been a long and tough 4 days, but we survived the mountains, the weather, and the grizzly bears. There you go.